What's up guys, how you all doing? Adam here and I am back for another video, and this time I'm going to be talking to you about this. This is the brand new Huawei Mate 9 and I absolutely love this phone. So I'm going to bring you my top 5 features of the Mate 9. Now first of all, and this is definitely one of the most important things to me, let's talk about the build and also the quality of the device. Now this thing is absolutely stunning. It's completely metal and glass, and the way that they've designed it just makes it feel tremendously thin when you're holding it in the hand. It's also extremely compact considering we've got a huge 5.9 inch 1080p screen on the front. Now one of the things I love about the build quality of the Mate 9 is the precision of all of the buttons and also all of the holes that you've got around it. For example, for the headphone jack, for the microphone and for the speakers, they are pure precision. There's no gaps around the buttons, they feel quality, and all of the bezels are absolutely perfectly chamfered all the way round, and in addition to that it comes in a whole bunch of colours. We've got this one which is the mocha brown, we've also got champagne gold, we've got white, black, grey and silver as well, so they really have gone all out on the colour scheme. Now another thing I love about the build quality and also the design of this phone is the way that they've made everything so symmetrical. When you come around onto the back of the phone, we've got the incredible Leica camera in the middle, and then we've got on the one side we've got the focusing system, and then on the other side we've got the dual LED flash as well as the fingerprint sensor just below. But everything is perfectly symmetrical, even with that little microphone above the actual camera itself, and to me that is fantastic. They've put a lot of thought into the overall design, and the build quality just feels so premium in your hand, and you feel like you're getting a device that you've paid good money for and getting the equal amount of quality back for it. Now the next thing that I want to talk to you about is the camera that I just mentioned. Now this is built in partnership with Leica. Now what camera company in the world could beat Leica in terms of doing a partnership with? So the camera as expected on this is absolutely fantastic, and it's not just one camera, it's two. So inbuilt into this they have what they call a dual hybrid camera system. Now one of these cameras is a monochrome camera and one of them is an RGB camera, one 20 megapixel, one 12 megapixel, and by combining all that together you get an incredible camera system that does phenomenal low light shots, and in addition to that has incredible functionality in terms of the software. Now in the software we've got all of the features you might expect. We've got 4K video, we've got the ability to shoot all different kinds of filters, and we've also got even the Leica vivid style built into that as well. And included in that we've also got what we call aperture mode as well, and you can range the aperture from 0.95 all the way up to like f13 I think it is, to give you that fantastic depth of field when you're taking not only photos but also video as well. They've also built it into the video system, so phenomenally impressed with the camera on the Mate 9. Now next up, let's talk about something else that we all are very interested in, and that is the battery. We always say when these new phones come out, why didn't you just put a bit of battery in it, a bigger battery? Why didn't you put a better battery in it? Why is it that you're always going too slim and forgetting about the battery? Well, Huawei have not done that. They have not let us down on the battery. They've built in a phenomenal 4,000 milliamp hour battery into this device, and this thing can go on for easily a day even with the heaviest user, and if you're a moderate user, well into the 2 days, which is phenomenal for a smartphone. And they haven't just left it there when it comes to the battery. They've also said, look, the battery is going to run out at times and it could be inconvenient. How can we get that battery back up to speed as quickly as we can? And they've built in their supercharge system, which puts in something like 4.5 volts and 4.5 amps straight into this phone, which means that with a 30-minute charge you can go from almost nothing to around 60% or 58% I believe the actual figure is, which is phenomenal. 60% on a 4,000 milliamp hour battery is going to get you for another 24 hours from a half an hour charge. So that is absolutely incredible from the battery on the Huawei Mate 9. Very impressive indeed. Now, in addition to the battery, you need a fast device, and this thing absolutely flies. Huawei actually make their own processors. This is called the Kirin 960. And this is a beast of a processor. Instead of having separate modules for all these different things like graphics and depth of field and all these other things, they've built them directly onto the chip itself. So it's all extremely fast. And the benchmark for this is phenomenal. Over 6,000 on the multi-core score every single time, which is great. We've also got a nice amount of memory in there as well. So all in all, this thing can deal with any software or any game that you chuck at it, no problem whatsoever. And going back to the battery, it's not going to run your battery out either. Now, also something that's very, very important when it comes to the smartphone is the software. Now, this comes with the very latest version of Android's version 7 Nugget, and what I love about the software on the Mate 9 is that not only have they left the look and feel extremely natural, extremely native to the Google operating system, what they have added on is worthwhile. But in addition to that, they haven't gone overboard on any kind of gimmicks or anything like that. They've kept the settings nice and simple. What they have done is they've thought about some things that you don't see. So the things you don't see, for example, when you get a phone, what you'll find is that over a period of time, the performance definitely does deteriorate because, for example, the database that it runs on and also the file system becomes fragmented. So they've built in a whole bunch of software to combat that, to make sure that your phone, after using it for a year or 18 months, is exactly the same speed as the day that you actually got it. And I think that that's fantastic innovation from Huawei. They're not just going out and adding gimmicky sensors or gimmicky options. They're actually putting things into it that maybe aren't quite so fascinating to look at and to think about, but that will really, really improve your end user experience. And to me, that's fantastic innovation. Anyway, guys, that is it. This is the Mate 9. I'm going to be giving one of these away very, very soon, so keep your eyes peeled on the channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please do go ahead, hit that like button for me, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.